I shouldn't have done that. I should not have done that. What's in the box? Well, headers. So, let's get to work. All right, so I already did the other side. It's tacked together, ready to be welded. But it was such a fiasco, and it took me so long, so much frustration, that I'm not even going to use any of that footage. And they are thick. I mean, they're going to look good, but dang, man, this has not been easy. I'm never going to do this again my entire life. Oh, man, this is a pain. Not exaggerating, I'm never going to do this again in my life. Beat the ever-living daylights out of this. I'm using the wrong hammer. I'm going to take a different approach. I am drenched in sweat. I tell you what, this whole header thing is a pain in the butt. I've had to smash these in a couple times. This ain't easy. I am not doing this again. But what stinks is I have to do the other side. Why did V8s have to be in the shape of a V? Stupid question. Stupid question. I just stop talking, cut. Oh man. You know, I should have started with this one. Yeah. Yeah, I got it. Dang it! I burnt a hole! I burnt a hole. Listen, children, always wear a helmet. Oh man, I made it worse. You know what? It's together. We're calling it a night. I am finished for today. And I still have to clean up. Well, that looks pretty decent. Except for my dumb self thought that these were upside down. Son of a... Let's do this side. Now on this side I'm much more worried about the steering rod here, but we'll work around it. For now, let's get all this off and start mocking up. Ew. Look at how horrible this is. I mean, that steel's bubbled up, horrible, and this is where it gets hottest. And that's the worst damage right there. Man, time to get rid of these. These exhaust flanges are very nice quality. Laser cut 3/8 inch steel. And before we put this on and mock up our primaries, I'm going to cut this with a die grinder, put a taper in it so that my primaries will slide right in there with no hassle. So I have about an idea of how much I have to cut off. I go with about this much, and then lop it off there and go from there. Oh! It's touching right here. But the amount that it has to pivot is substantial. All right, so we got the third tube in and the second tube. It looks great. I had to do some header bashing, but it's whatever. If you're a fan of Engine Masters, they've debunked the myth that that decreases flow and kills horsepower, so I'm not worried about it. It looks just fine. And I did cut that too short, so I had to tack on a little piece, nothing crazy. Again, this is just a rat rod, and these will be fully functional. I'm sure someone at a car show will point it out, but that's whatever. I don't go to car shows anymore. Those are lame. I'm still making much better progress than I did last night, that's for sure. All right. Now it's time to take these off, cut them flush with the shortest tube, pop this thing on here, and I'm gonna crimp these down and splay these outwards to take up the gap. I'll show y'all. All right, that's our shortest tube, so we're gonna cut flush with that. All right. Now we got this big hole right here. So I'm gonna heat those up, smash those inward, and weld in the empty space. This right here is my bash block. This is what I've been using all night to form up those tubes and get them looking good. Now that we got most of that space taken, I know it looks horrible. Whatever. Now we're gonna fill in the gaps to get ready for the collector. All right. Now it looks horrible. I mean, that looks, I'm not even gonna show that. All right, so now that we have that hole filled in, we're going to put it in place one last time to mock up the collector. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Collector's kind of long, but we'll trim that up if I want. I don't think I want to right now. That looks amazing.
Hell yeah! Hell yeah!
Look at all of it.
Hell yeah! Alright. Alright.
Yeah, I might make it that short, but since this cylinder head is further back than the other side, it kind of sticks out further past, but they're actually pretty lined up well. Man, it looks good. All right, let's take them off and tick them up. So I have my last night headers, which turned out pretty bad, on my crappy peanut port heads here. I'm using that as a jig so that when heat is applied to it, it doesn't warp as much. So this flange will retain its shape even though I cut it thinking, you know, why do I do these things? Why do I do these things? I don't belong here. Find another hobby, Shane. All right, let's get started. So far, these look like trash. Complete and utter garbage. Complete garbage. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to get the MIG welder over here and I'm going to try the underside. And if it looks better, and I'm pretty sure I can make that look better, then we're going with the MIG gun. All right. Oh man, this is going to look horrible. But that's okay. Because it's just a rat rod, right? Just a little old rat rod. You know, to be honest with you, it isn't like the headers are just out there in plain sight. Oh, wait. Yep, there we go. You know, that actually looks pretty all right. Except for right there, that looks like trash. All right! I feel like I say all right after every transition. Looks pretty dang good. I'm gonna let that flange cool off. In the meantime, I'm gonna cool off and take that other header off. And then we're gonna pull it off and put it back on the car. All right! All right, this one's now cooled off, so it's time to put this thing on. I figured out a technique to get it around the steering shaft. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh crap, I forgot to weld something. Uh-oh. And we're back. Yeah, let's go. Yeah, MIG welded headers. All right. You know, that really hurts my pride, but it's okay. We'll bounce back. You know, why do I even film like every single thing I do? I hope this video turns out all right. 1,000 horsepower motor right here. Just kidding. All right, so we got the headers on. They're all finished, 100%. They look amazing. I like this long collector extension. That's gonna look pretty dang good. I'm expecting to shoot some pretty sick flames out of this thing. But other than that, I'm trying to be myself more. I'm trying to relax a little more. Everyone's saying I'm uptight, overthinking everything. I gotta be myself, be goofy, because that's what I really am. I'm not really serious all the time. I really wanted to TIG these, but due to time constraints, I decided to MIG weld them. They'll last just as long. I wanted them to look pretty, but they still look pretty good. We barely missed the steering shaft. The passenger side does not look as good at all, which it's one of those things where you do one, you get familiar, you do the other, and it looks 10 times better. That looks amazing. That's gonna move some air. When I get my World product Merlin heads here, then they're gonna flow really good. I'm expecting a lot of great flow and power, and they're gonna sound amazing too. So again, thank y'all very much who are watching. I really hope this YouTube channel grows, so please share, like, subscribe, thumbs down if you want, comment. Tell me what you want to see. Tell me if I'm boring or not. I'm trying to be more lively because